Hey there, half-ass travelers. We're coming to you from the Florida RV Supershow in Tampa, Florida. And today we're going to be taking a look at some kind of more classic style Class Cs, a little bit larger than the compact Class Cs that we usually show you. But we wanted to show you these because when you go with these classic Class Cs, you're getting a lot for your money because they are much less expensive than those little Mercedes chassis. Now they are larger, but with that large footprint, you get a lot more space inside and a lot more storage space and a lot more cargo capacity. So let's take a look.
Hey there, I'm Rose.
And I'm Dan. And we are the Half-Ass Travelers.
Today we're going to be showing you 3 of these Fleetwood Altitude models, all different floor plans, and we haven't seen these before. Fleetwood is known for having a pretty decent standard of quality, so we're very excited to see what's inside. The first one we're going to be looking at is the 2026 Altitude 27U, and already just looking at the outside, Fleetwood, they just do it right with their graphics. These seem like a sticker on paint. Actually, that might be painted. That feels like it's painted. You can kind of feel the, oh no, that's paint. All right, look at the graphics. Rose, what do you think?
Awesome.
I like the blue, right?
Yep.
The blue is awesome. And also, while we're looking at this is a big coach. It's a 27. Well, for us, it's a big coach because we're used to it in the compact Class Cs. Look at the awning. Oh my God, the awning runs the entire length of the box. So your outdoor living space in this model is going to be huge, and that's exciting. Let's go ahead and see what we've got behind this door because I have a feeling this is one of Rose's favorite features. Yes, all right. That's what we like to see. You can see it's got this Sansui TV with the sound bar. It does not pull out as far as I can tell, unless I don't want to yank too hard. I don't want to break anything. But it's got the HDMI and the USB-A plugs here to hook into it. But Rose loves a good outdoor TV. We actually use our outdoor TV quite a bit. So that's a great feature. Behind here is your propane tank. And back here, you're going to have to come around, Rose, just to show them this storage compartment. It doesn't look like it's really long enough to store our camping chairs, which is what we normally store on the passenger side, but it's a decent sized storage. You've got an unthreaded water connection back here, as well as your exhaust for your, what does that say? Bugatti water heating and cabin heater. What's behind here? This is different. That's kind of an odd shaped cabinet. What is this? An outdoor kitchen. Oh my God, now how does this stay up? Okay, so there is check out this. There is a way to keep this up right there, and that holds it up. Okay, wow, an outdoor kitchen. All right, we talked about having the big living area outside, and this is a bonus. You've got a refrigerator with a freezer section.
So I don't have to go inside to get you a nice ice cold beer.
That's right. Also, you've got this cabinet right here. Nicely done. 120 plugs in here, as well as the lights. There's lights out there. And look at this, Rose. An outdoor griddle. Whoa.
Flat top.
Yes, nice. Elite Series griddle. Wow, that is nice. It's a Suburban. Yeah.
Little spices.
Yeah, spice racks. All of
and
your.
A countertop.
Yeah, this is. We like this. This is
very much.
This is scratching all of our itches as far as being able to go to a camping spot and grill and griddle and be on the outside. We love that. All right, we're gonna move around the back. Oh, look, we got a little storage compartment back here. Oh. What is this? Oh, it's not a little storage compartment. This is carpeted and it's a pretty decent size. All right, so they're adding storage where they can, obviously. And look at the beautiful graphics on the back. You've got a ladder up to the roof. I like how they did these. Look at these taillights. That's very unusual. And look where they have the gas fill. The gasoline E50 E0 to E15 fill. Huh.
What about this?
Oh, the square bumper? I wonder if they're keeping the sewer hose in there. Because a lot of these other ones, they have another compartment for it. I don't know. We're going to keep looking around, but that might be a storage for a sewer hose. All right, you've got your Santa flush and city water connections right here on the outside, as well as an outdoor shower. And look, okay, so here's your drains, your hookups for your black tank and gray tank. You can see it's all there. I don't see a hose holder, so you're probably keeping it in the bumper. But this is all very open. It's all very wide open. And yeah, Rose is warning me because we're almost under the slide. There's another compartment under here, Rose. Why don't you come around? We can show them this. There you go. Okay, yeah, that's the umbilical for the shore power. Comes right out of here. Look at the size of that cable. I wonder if this is a 50 amp. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. All right, I'm on my hands and knees again. All right, I might as well just, yes, for you, for everyone. Oh, that's a big storage container. We would put our leveling blocks in there, I think.
Yep.
And I wonder if this is a generator. No. Okay, so that looks like one of the water tanks, and you see it's got a valve there for emptying it. I guess that's good for winterizing and whatnot. Now I saw the inverter up here. I'm pretty sure that was the inverter, but it's got the Dometic. This is usually for the refrigerator venting. So there's some mechanical and electrical systems under here.
I see the camera.
And yep, that's the camera that when you turn on the turn signal, it lets you see the lanes. But I'm gonna get up off of my knees, off camera, and then we're gonna go inside. I did manage to get up off of my knees, but before we go around to the other side, I want to show you that there is actually more storage here on this huge slide. And you see the slide is pretty much taking up the entire side of the coach. It's a big one. And then also another storage compartment. Now you see the seat belt in there? That leads you to believe that we are underneath some kind of seating like a couch, sofa, or maybe even theater seating. You can see that. Also, you see the exhaust for the generator is right there. So there is a generator up under there somewhere. I just didn't see it. All right, now we can go inside. All right, now the door is pretty substantial. It's got this nice system here, but look at the size of the window. That's a big window, bigger than we usually see on these RV doors. Look at the size of that.
Yeah.
Now I don't see a shade on it here, but if I were a betting man, I'd say there's maybe a shade inside. I don't know, we'll see when we go up in there. And then you see we got the screen door, pretty much standard. And then look at the steps. There's no step coming out automatically because look how low the step is to the ground. So there's no need for that. Let's see what they've got here under the steps, Rose. Okay, so those are electrical systems under there. And then batteries. And that looks like either an AGM or a lead acid battery. But I imagine that these are available in lithium. We'll, if we can find out, we'll put it on the screen for you. All right, let's go check out the driving compartment. Ah. Are you filming that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So this RV is on the Ford E450 chassis. All right. It does not have the updated interior that we've seen in a lot of the Ford Transits. It does have the big screen, but it is pretty much bare bones Ford style. They do not have leather seats. We don't mind that it doesn't have leather seats because we usually put seat covers on them anyway, so it really doesn't matter to us. As far as the driving position goes, there's plenty of room to put the seat back. And it actually, I think it's got a little bit more seating position or a little more room in the legs than even the Transits that we've seen. So it's not bad, it's just very bare bones. If you're looking for like the bells and whistles you'll see in a Mercedes, you're not really gonna find it here. But you are gonna get that Ford power under the hood and that extra cargo capacity that brings. So that's nice. And then you've got the visors here, but no storage over the visors. And let's look above in the sleeping compartment. I don't know, Rose, is this a bunk?
Holy Moses.
Oh, look at how high this bunk is. Now it does pop up so it make it easier to get in and out of the driver's compartment. You see, I kind of struggled getting in there, but
Fast
yeah.
fashion.
Yeah, in half-ass fashion. But I can tell you right now, 2 adults could definitely sleep up here. Love the window and the amount of light that it brings in. That's great. You've got the ladder here that hooks onto here, so it's very easy to access. You got storage on each side, a little bit of storage. There's some 120 plugs over there, and then you've got the light switch. And then the front shade is on a controller right here. Of course, it's not hooked up right now, but that controls the shade going up and down in the front. We love that feature. This is so big. inside. We're used to doing these compact Class Cs, so this is a real change for us. Let's talk about this U-shaped dinette, okay? Yeah, look at this. I like that the table moves so I don't have to. Now, one of our viewers in one of the comments section said that, a lot of times they don't build these for the typical American girth, but yeah. So, but it's good that the table moves to get out of the way. I love a corner, like a U-shaped dinette, when it's big enough to do it right. And this is big enough to do it right. You could actually seat 2 adults and 2 kids in here with no problem, or 3 adults, I think, could fit in here with a little bit of shuffling of the feet underneath. But yeah, what do you think of the cushions, hon? This is cloth up top and kind of a vinyl underneath. I don't think this is leather.
They're soft.
Yeah, it's really nice. Now the windows are these same awning style windows, very easy to operate. Just give them a twist. And we like these because very little chance of leakage. All right, because everything is coming from the top, and even if they're open, they're not going to be leaking. You see, we got the valance here, and then I don't know about this kind of shade. I kind of like the other, the up-down shades better, but it's not bad, I guess. But it seems to me like that may not stand the test of time, these little wires here. If you have this system in your RV, let us know in the comments if you've had any issues with this kind of setup. Rose is pointing out the LED light overhead. That's nice. Yeah, what do you think of the texture on the table? It's pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a texture to it. Yeah, so it doesn't skid. You do have some outlets under there. And what do we have here? Okay. Yeah, access under the seats.
Pretty deep.
Yeah. And I think you can access it from the top as well. But I'm not going to go tearing apart all their stuff. Okay, so there's no opening here. So there may be systems under here, or that may be one of the cabinets that's on the outside.
Maybe that's where the generator is.
Maybe. The kitchen's across from the U-shaped dinette, right next to the door. And while we're talking about that, let's talk about this cabinet over the door. Now, there's no shade here for that window. That's a big window that not have a shade for. So we would have to come up with a solution for that, because you don't want, that's a lot of like prying eyes looking into your living area. I also wish there was a little bit of an extension for the countertop here, but it has a substantial size kitchen. Plenty of room for our air fryer and coffee maker. Big sink, but not quite so deep as we've seen in some others. And also the faucet, not quite as high as we've seen in some others. Underneath the sink, you got your water filter, water pump, and then just enough room for a good sized trash can, which is what we would use it for. And then you got these drawers over here, and they are stapled drawers, but they are wood.
What do you think of the blue?
And they are latching. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about the blue. They are kind of a grayish blue color. I don't know how that's coming out on the camera. I don't mind it so much. Over top, all these carpeted cabinets, which is good. Kind of keep the rattle down.
A lot of room.
Yeah. Big cabinets. You've got a 3-burner Furrion gas cooktop,
Wow.
right, with a fan and light, a vent fan hood. And you've also got a Furrion, looks like a microwave convection oven. And that is nice as well. And let's talk about the fridge while we're here. This is to keep it shut during transit. Wow. Very large.
Very large.
Insignia refrigerator.
Holy Moses.
Yeah, with a separate freezer. Very nicely done. I like that. I like the stainless Insignia fridge. And then back here, these are carpeted. Don't know if you would use this for probably pantry space, but you do have a lot of space up over the kitchen as well. And since we're talking about cabinets, let's look here across from the kitchen. Yeah, here's where your clothing storage is. Wow, look how deep that is. And what would you put in here? Shoes? I don't know. But it's kind of a neat system. That's a lot of storage. This is a lot of drawers. Let's see, are they soft close? No. But they do click into place. You see these little latches? That's important because they're not going to come open during transit. We like that they have something that latches and keeps them closed. All right, let's continue to move to the back because this has one of our favorite features. Now, I've never seen a Murphy bed in a RV this size before, and it creates a lot of room. I mean, to be able to add that entire wardrobe and storage space in here. That's just huge. We like the Murphy bed. The only issue we have is because our sofa is under the Murphy bed and it is not very long on the outside, on the bottom part. So it's kind of like you're hanging off the edge. This doesn't have that problem. This is a regular sofa. It's nice. It's very usable. And then across from the sofa, look at this size of this television. And it's because it's across from this sofa, it's also across from the bed. And then, Rose, look below it. Your favorite, a fireplace. Rose found her fireplace underneath two really big drawers. Look how long these drawers are. They come way out. Oh, let's close that. And then more storage over the television. And you've actually got some space to put stuff here on the shelf, which they put up a little plant here. That's nice. A little plant, a little light. Let's see. Oh, it's not coming up. Oh, yeah. Well, let's mention that too, because these LED light strips are throughout the coach. Really nicely done. You know, you've got the AC unit back there. It's all ducted. Yeah, this is nicely done. This is padded up top. Now, should we attempt to take this Murphy bed down? I think we should, Rose. All right, so the system for taking this Murphy bed down is usually simple. Let's see if I can figure it out. Let's pop those. There's a little pin that's holding it in place back here, and you can see that. But you're not going to be able to take it down because of the sofa here. But I think this is a jackknife. It is. And then you take these two cushions out. In fact, I'm going to leave those right here right now. Okay, so those are just Velcroed. We've seen them where they have the metal pins going inside. All right, so can I pull down the Murphy bed? Not without pulling the mattress down first. Okay, there you go. Bed is made. What do you think?
Nice.
The question that everybody always asks. Yeah, let me take out the measuring tape because I have a feeling it's going to be the same size as one we saw on the Element. 67 inches.
Oh, it's 2 more inches.
But, yeah, it is. But also, if you go all the way to the end, there you go. If you go all the way to the end, now we're up to 75 inches. So, that's pretty substantial. Now, I'm going to climb up there because they've got plastic on here. I don't have to worry about putting my sneakers on it. I am 6'1" with my sneakers on. Okay, now we're talking. Now I can actually get into the bed without my feet hanging over. All right, so definitely a bigger bed than we saw in the, what was it, the Altitude. They've got 3 cabinets over top, reading lights. Also, those look like wireless chargers on those little nightstand-ish things, which is great because you always are looking for a place to keep your phone at night. So that's a good thing. Yeah, and this is all across from the bed. Not a problem getting around it. In ours especially, sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge to get around the Murphy bed, but look, walking. So, lots of room here. Okay, I'm gonna put this away off camera and then we're gonna take a look at the bathroom. We found our answer for the 50 amp plug. Yes, this is a 50 amp unit. And you also see the controller here for a lot of the systems in the unit on a touch screen. That's very standard these days. All right, let's talk about this bathroom. We have a pocket door. You know, back in the old days, you used to fear the pocket door because if it broke, it was real hard to fix. But these pocket doors these days are they're on the outside. So they're very easy to get to if you have a problem. We've never had a problem with ours. Let's talk about the shower. All right, look at the step to get up into this shower. That is no small step.
Whoa.
But look at the size of the shower, Rose. Huge. Oh my God. Wow. This is a big shower. This is bigger than our shower, and we have a big shower. Okay, really nice shower compartment. It looks like about 41 inches by about 34 inches. Really a big shower. This is I could definitely do this. Not such big fans of the door. It's a 3-piece. This looks like a tempered glass door. We worry about rattle with this kind of door. We much prefer the one that's kind of extendable. Also, these shelves are pretty much useless unless you have a system to hold stuff onto the shelves because you really can't use them for anything. We wish they would add that little bit of netting to hold stuff onto those shelves. But other than that, the skylight is ample light. We like the molded backsplash and everything. It's really nice. And then you've got your, whoa, got to watch that step coming in and out because it's pretty hot. Medicine cabinet behind the sink, or above the sink. And then more storage under the sink. And there's the toilet paper. So when you're sitting here doing your business, that's porcelain. You've got the toilet paper roll right there. And that's a good place for it because it keeps it out of the way when you're dripping from the shower and you're not dripping all over your toilet paper roll. Oh, there's more storage back here for clothes, hon. Look at that.
Holy cow, that's a lot.
Yeah, 2 cabinets and a drawer. Nice. Yeah, there's plenty of storage in this unit. I love all the storage they've got in here. You've also got a vent with a fan, small, tiny fan. It's not one of those fantastic fans. And also a window on this side.
With a shade.
Yeah, with a shade. Well, you better have a shade in the bathroom. So overall, we are big fans of this unit, but we're getting ready to go look at another floor plan on an even larger unit, and who knows, we may like that one even better. So let's go take a look. The next unit we're going to be looking at is the 2026 Fleetwood Altitude 29F. And this one's a completely different floor plan than what we saw. You see it's a couple feet longer. It's got some pretty good graphics. We kind of like the graphics with the blue on the last one. This has just got kind of a grayish blue. It's nice and all, but we kind of like the other one better. Now, you can see the door is in a different position on this because it's a larger RV. The door is a little bit further back. The outdoor TV is here with the sound bar, but it's in front of the door, which doesn't really matter. I mean, this is a huge, you see the awning is not quite as long as the last unit, but it is still a substantial awning, and it's up here by the TV, which is where you want it to be. Propane tank. And storage compartment. A little bit of electrical systems in there. Moving back, you got your exhaust for the heaters, and another storage compartment. Now you see how these are latched on the bottom? We like those better than the ones that are latched up top. You can see it's using this system to keep it open. I have concerns about how that would hold up over time. If you've got one of those, let us know if you have issues with it. What's back here, Rose? Another outdoor kitchen maybe?
Oh no.
No outdoor kitchen in this one, but a huge store. Oh my God. All right, hang on, I'm going around. I'm going around. Hi, Rose. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a very large storage compartment that goes completely across. Definitely store kayaks in there, e-bikes, whatever you need. That is a total garage.
There's another door right there.
Oh, this is more access. Good eye, Rose. Yeah. So this one's got quite a bit of storage compartments on the outside. We really like that. It's kind of plain on the back. Doesn't have those graphics we saw, but it does have the neat little lights here, as well as the ladder to the roof. And then again, this is the door to that storage compartment. And you still got your bumper storage for your sewer hose. Also, yeah, 50 amp service right there. You can see the significant cabling you've got there. Water hookups are here. Your fuel fill is actually on the side on this one. And now you got this slide, but it doesn't look like it's coming out very far. This is kind of like a half slide. We don't mind that. That seems like something that would be a little less prone to having problems with. It does have an outdoor shower and your exhaust for your water heater. And while I'm on my knees, okay, yeah, here's your dump station for your gray and black tanks. It's really wide open in there. Keep it nice and clean. And then what do we have over here? Another storage container. And then over here you've got your Dometic. That's got to be the generator like we saw in the last one, because you can see the exhaust there. And you can see this one's also on the E450 chassis. It's a good looking chassis. It's just, little bare bones on the inside. And speaking of the inside, let's go inside. The 29F has that same door with the big, huge window, same screen door, and the same 3 steps going in. And then that's where the similarities end, because we're in the middle of the coach. Oh, wow. Okay, now we're talking. Let's start at the front. Same chassis in the front, the E450 chassis. I'm not even going to bother going back up in there. Also, the same sleeping area over that. But now we're talking. Yeah, recliners. definite fan of the recliners. There's a TV right over the dinette that I'm looking at with a guy who is talking about all of the good things that are about this RV. Yeah, this is a really nice, it's got the storage in between, the spacing. Great recliners. I like these. They're not mechanic or electric, but you see I just pull that back. Now let's see if these go back in the back. Oh, they do. Okay. Now I can put my feet all the way up onto the dinette, so I can extend all the way out, and there is significant cushion under my head. So these are very comfortable recliners. I could actually sleep here. In fact, maybe I will. Okay. Okay. All right, Rose made me get out of the recliners. Up overhead, you got cabinets. Now these are very deep cabinets. They don't have the carpeting that we've seen in some of the other units, but there's a lot of space in here. Also, there's no latch holding them in place. They do have the pistons that hold them up, which is nice, and some pretty good hinges, but they just don't have that latch to keep them shut, which we wish it had. You can see the valance in the windows. There's a window on that side. And then over here by the dinette, you've got 2 additional windows. Now, this is not a U-shaped dinette. This is a regular, more standard dinette. It's got cup holders in the table. And this goes down and, of course, makes a sleeping area. And again, it's got that kind of textured table. It's got the storage under here. As soon as I can figure out how to get there, it goes. Storage under the seat. But it doesn't have that U shape, and we're preferential. If we're going to have a dinette, we're kind of preferential to the U shape, but we do like the recliners. Rose and I have switched sides so I can show you this kitchen, and look what a kitchen it is. That is a lot of counter space back here behind the sink. When you see this diagonal sink, a lot of times it gives you that extra space back there, and this unit's no different. Really nice to have that because that's where the coffee maker goes. That's where your air fryer goes, and anything else that you need to put on there. It's got that same sink, not quite so deep, but plenty wide with that same faucet. Some cabinets overhead, and these ones also use these friction lock systems to keep them closed. It's kind of a spring friction. You got the 3-burner gas cooktop again with your vent fan and light, and also your microwave and convection oven. And another drawer underneath. So they got the fire extinguisher in there. And let's see if we got room for our garbage can. That's where we would put it. Oh, and more cabinets, more drawers over here. Okay. And you can see there's still those latching drawers, so they're not coming open while you're going down the road. That's always a plus. What do you think, Rose? This is a good setup?
Decent size, yeah.
Yeah, I like this. This is not bad. And look up, we've got those LED lights again in this coach. A fan or a vent with a little fan in it. And you know what? We got the bathroom right here. Let's talk about this while we're here. Got the control screen for the unit as well as your thermostat. And then here is the bathroom door, and this goes all the way back. Okay, so nice. The door opens out of the way completely. All right, let's get in this shower because it looks to be another large shower. Now, I don't think this is as big as the last one, but it is bigger than the normal rectangular shower. So yeah, there's plenty of room in here.
You want to measure it?
Plenty of height. I'll just put the measurements on the screen. I'm sure I'll be able to pull them up. Yeah, it's a really neat shower. Plenty big. A lot bigger than many of the Class Cs we've seen, especially those compact Class Cs. Medicine cabinet overhead. Porcelain toilet. No storage under here. You got your sink here and toilet paper rack back there. Plenty of room here. This is enough space for doing what you got to do. So yeah, it's great. Across from the bathroom, we have that same Insignia refrigerator with separate freezer. Ooh, it's nice and cold in there. Oh, big storage compartment overhead. And it looks like there's a cabinet. Oh, wow. That was on a spring. Yeah, a drawer underneath as well. And I've kind of backed myself into the bedroom. All right, no Murphy bed in this unit. Come on around. We've got a pedestal bed. And it's in the center of the back. Now, the good thing about these pedestal beds, let's see if they actually get storage underneath. Because a lot of times we do. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so they've got half the storage under there. But still, it's better than nothing. Because you've got your fuse box and breaker panel there, you've got half storage, which is good. And this mattress is a good size and width. And we like that they have the wardrobe and drawers on the side with this little seat for getting ready and whatever. Yeah, and it's got windows on both sides, allow you for some cross ventilation as well as a lot of light. This is also acting as your emergency exit. And you've got some pretty deep cabinets over top. And CPAP hideaway, designated CPAP machine storage. And now you can see there's a, I don't know if you can see it, Rose, show them underneath. The CPAP can run right out the bottom of that cabinet. I think that's the first time we've seen that, actually a dedicated area for that in an RV, and that's important. Rose, come around here, we'll show you where the TV would go. There's no TV here. They've got the HDMI and the coax cable here, but this is where the TV would go. They just don't have one installed at the moment. Also, the pocket door is here. Now this is a little bit different than the last pocket door we saw because this one is in two pieces. If I can figure out how to get this open, oh, duh. Yeah, it's a two-piece pocket door. I'm not sure how I feel about that, Rose. What do you think? Nah, I like a single piece. I understand why they had to do it because you're into the side here and you've got the door that's in the middle. Now this side has fewer drawers, so obviously this would be my side. And a little bit less storage under there, but yeah, so this would be Dan's side. That would be Rose's side because it's got more storage. But yeah, I mean, the pedestal bed is not really our favorite. We like that Murphy bed setup. But you do have more storage here behind the bathroom. Now that's not very deep. This is more of a pantry style for the kitchen. And this looks like, yeah, so this is pantry. It is carpeted. But yeah, so your storage for your clothes is going to definitely be in the bedroom. Overall, this is a larger RV, but it doesn't feel as large because the spaces are separated. You've got a separate bedroom from the rest of the living space. And in the last one, everything was there because it was a Murphy bed setup. So that's what you get when you get a Murphy bed. You get that feeling of expansive space in that large area. But the downside is you don't get these separated areas where you can separate out and do your own thing. So it's kind of a trade-off of what you want, what's important to you. But yeah, we like this floor plan. We like this, the big kitchen is always a plus. We like the recliners. Not big fans of the regular dinette, would rather have a U-shape. The shower is great. So yeah, there's a lot to like here. We're gonna look at one more floor plan. It's a little bit larger than this one even, so stay tuned. The last unit we're going to be looking at is another Altitude. This is the 2026 Fleetwood Altitude 31W, so a little bit bigger than the last one even. We're going to start on the outside as usual. Now this one has a big awning. It doesn't go all the way to the end, but it's a pretty big awning for your outdoor living space because it looks like we've got the outdoor TV set up again and propane tank. Oh no, this had the propane tank in the last one. See, that's what I get for assuming. That's a storage bin. And so what do we have here? There's the propane tank. Okay.
Looks bigger.
Yeah, I think it is bigger. We'll put it up in the specs. There is a threadless water fill there. Oh, another. I don't know if you can see this. Another storage compartment. Your Fagatti heater. All right, so this doesn't look like a pass-through. It also doesn't look like an outdoor kitchen. What do you think we got here, Rose? Oh, it is. It's a deep storage, not a pass-through. But yeah, definitely a deep storage bin. Yep, plastic. And it's got an extra shelf there. And actually, that shelf right there does pass through. It goes all the way to the other side. So if you've got a paddleboard or something like that, or even a kayak, like an inflatable kayak, that would fit in there because it could go all the way through. And that's really nice. What do you think of the graphics, hon?
Nice.
I like them. I like this a lot better than the last one we saw. We like the touches of blue. It just pops. And of course we like the frameless windows that we see in a lot of these new units. Moving around the back, you can see we've got the nice graphics on the back and a huge window. Didn't see that on the other units, as well as the ladder to the roof and your bumper storage for your sewer hose. Oh boy. Check this out, Rose. I don't know if the camera can capture the length of this slide. This has got to be the longest slide I've ever seen. I'm telling you right now, this slide, it runs the entire length of the coach. It is just, that's a long one. All right, so if you're going to be doing your hookups and everything, you're going to be doing it from underneath the slide. But it's not a very deep slide, so it's not that big a deal. You can see you got your 50 amp shore power hookup here. That's 50 amps. And then what do we got here? If I were a betting man, I'd say sewer. Yep. Yep, there's your sewer tanks, your gray and black tanks. Everything is very accessible. You notice that? You got your water hookups and your gas fill. I'm doing my Munchkin imitation. All right. Oh, there's the water filter and water pump, as well as some extra storage. What do we got here? Oh, that's access for the, looks like the freshwater tank. Okay. And now I'm on my hands and knees. Oh, that's storage. And then, of course, you've got your generator right there, your Dometic. All right. Pretty much very similar to the last ones we saw. All right. Let's go inside where all similarities end. All right, we're back to the door being at the front of the coach again. It is the same door, same window, same screen door, same steps in. The same Ford chassis with the same Ford over the bed storage. Now you see this shade is closed. That's what it looks like when it's closed, in case you were wondering. So this unit has the conventional dinette, no U-shaped dinette here. It does have those same two windows and the TV, sort of similar to what we saw in the last unit. It's also got the storage underneath on this side. And you know what, we can probably look right here to see if this is accessible as storage. We couldn't really look in the other ones. Let's see if this is accessible. Why not? Nope, that is screwed down. So obviously they've got some kind of systems under there. So that is not storage under the dinettes, in case you were curious. Across from the dinette, you've got the sofa. Now this is standard size sofa, pretty comfortable. This is not I don't think this is leather. It's more like a vinyl, but it's soft vinyl.
It's pleather.
It's pleather, yeah, okay, thanks Rose. Pleather. Over top of the sofa, got a couple of cabinets, those same piston systems, substantial hinges, but they are not latching. There's no latch on there that I can see. And that is a light switch there, so it's easy to reach from the sofa. You do have the windows across from each other, so you get that cross ventilation, as well as you got the AC unit. It's ducted throughout the coach. We didn't mention the other two coaches, but they've also got the 5G. This looks like a Winegard antenna, and it's a gateway for Wi-Fi, so it's a Wi-Fi kind of extender. They have that in all their coaches. Oh, well, look what you got here, Rose.
Yay!
Yay! We wish they had this in every coach. Yes, they added the extension for the cabinet. Rose is a big fan. Yes, in the kitchen. Now this is a similar kitchen to what we had in the last unit. It's got that diagonal, plenty of counter space. You got the 3-burner Furrion cooktop and these same cabinets over top. And let's see. Yep, same trash can. We call it trash can storage. And a Furrion microwave convection oven. Yeah, so very similar very similar kitchen to what we saw in the last unit, except that now the refrigerator is across the way. Ooh, that's nice and cool. I could climb in there. Yeah, very nice. Got control systems for the control panel for the systems in the unit and your thermometer, your
Temperature control.
Yeah, that's the one. And also you've got your pantry here. Now, in the other unit, the pantry was across from the kitchen. Here, it's right next to the kitchen. And since we're standing here at the bathroom, let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, wow! Okay, that was a surprise. Okay, all right. So we've got what we have here is a pass-through to the bedroom in the bathroom. So you got access to the bathroom from the master bedroom and from the front of the coach. That we like. This is really wide open. Obviously, when you're using it, it's not going to be as wide open, but this is really a nice, I like how they did that. Not sure how I feel about the shower door. You know, it's got this kind of half circle shower. It seems like you have more room in that rectangular one over there, but it's not bad. I've got elbow room, so, and I've definitely got headroom, so no problem there. It's just a different unit. Again, it's the same tempered glass. We're much more partial to the extendable shower doors, but we understand why they did this. This is kind of it's beautiful design, and it's useful. So yeah, got a cabinet overhead, a little diagonal over the toilet, and now this toilet, I think this has the most room. I mean, you're like on the throne here. You've got access to everything. Toilet paper roll is right here. Got a little bit of a cabinet under there, and your medicine cabinet over top. Little sink. But yeah, the important thing is you can access it if you are camping with kids or whatever, that you can access the bathroom and shower, just lock this front door, and you can do everything from the bedroom, and then vice versa. When they're doing their thing, you just lock the bedroom. This is a pocket door like we saw in the last unit, except that this is a single piece pocket door, which we much prefer when they can fit it in there. It's actually a double pocket door because there's another pocket door. Follow me over, Rose. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so yeah, it says this is the pocket door entrance to the bedroom, and there's another pocket door here. I'm not going to open it, but you can see the pocket door for the bathroom is right here. Now, what is this?
Kids.
Rose, you see this? Okay, why is it important to have 2 bathroom doors? Because if you're in this unit, you're going to be bringing kids along, because I don't think this is long enough for an adult to sleep in, but you could definitely fit 2 kids in here, and they would love it. I know that when I was a kid, anything bunk bed related was very exciting to me. Yeah, you've got a drawer underneath and also some storage at each end or at each bed. You've got 120 plugs, and so the kids can have their electronics or whatever. There's plugs on the bottom bunk as well as the top bunk. So yeah, this is the bunk unit. So very exciting, different. We hadn't seen that. And then you got the pedestal bed in the master bedroom. Now this is sideways, so the pedestal is kind of going from side to side in the coach, which I don't know. What do you think about that, Rose? It's just a little bit tight getting around here, but really, how much time are you spending back here? It's not like you're hanging out, you know. And then on both sides, you can see it's got the wireless chargers on the desk, and then 3 drawers on each side, as well as the CPAP hideaway storage like we saw in the last unit, and then 3 cabinets over top of the bed. Got some reading lights here and windows on 2 sides. Get you some cross ventilation. Cabinets here. This one has hookups for a TV. You can see the coax. And then 3 big drawers. Now, in order to get in these drawers, I got to sit on the bed. But yeah, they're pretty good size. They're substantial drawers. Ooh, this is a wardrobe. Yeah. Like that. Again, that's Rose's side. Obviously. Actually, this is all Rose's. I get those 3 drawers in the side, the nightstand. Those are my drawers. But what do you think of these lights too? These LEDs were in every one of the units. It's nice. It's kind of classy.
You think they change color?
No, I doubt it. You think they're RGB lights? I don't think so.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
All right. Do you think we got storage under the bed? I don't know. We have that pass-through storage underneath, but oh wow. Okay. Remember that pass-through storage? You see the door down there? Okay, you have access to that storage. That pass-through storage is all right here. Okay, so on top of the pass-through, you saw the little thing for the pass-through. On top of that is this storage space. So yeah, you've got a lot of storage here. The only issue is if you looked at the cargo capacity that we showed you near the beginning of the video, you can see this one's a little limited. It's over 1,000 pounds, but it's not as much as some of the other units that we've seen. So yeah, there's room to store the stuff. It's just you don't have a lot of weight capacity. But you can bring a lot of stuffed animals for the kids. So this unit is very exciting for those who are traveling with their families, and especially small children, because they're going to love this bunk bed setup. Mom's going to love the kitchen, and Dad also. And you've got everything here you need. There's plenty of seating. You've got the dinette. You've got the sofa. You've also got seats up front. So there's a lot of room in here, and a lot of sleeping area above the cab as well. Overall, it's a beautiful unit. We like the way they've appointed it. We like the lighting. We like the colors. This is I don't know. Has the blue grown on you, Rose?
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah, you get used to it, and yeah, it's okay. It's more like a gray. So yeah, beautiful unit. We like it. Can you believe that we could have gotten all that space for about 50 or 60 grand less than what we paid for our compact Class C?
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a compact Class C, you know what? Give these a look. I know there's a reason why we like the compact Class Cs, but if you're on a budget and you're trying to figure out a way to make it work, you definitely got to check these. Some of these Class Cs are as nice looking as the compact Class Cs. I mean,
Yeah.
they've even gone the extra step with kind of the, not making them a little less boxy from the outside, because that's really a turnoff to a lot of people. These have a little bit more aerodynamic look, and the graphics, oh, the graphics are
the
beautiful.
outdoor kitchen?
Oh yeah, that first unit, I think that's my favorite.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think that's definitely our favorite. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, we hope you'll consider subscribing. And if you do, make sure you ring the bell for notifications so you'll be told every time we post a new video. Also,
follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm starting to dabble in TikTok.
yes, I was more along the lines of don't forget those thumbs up. Yeah, don't forget those thumbs up. Yes, that is one of the best things you can do to help support the channel, and it's totally free. All right, until then, we will see you in the next video.